Hey, SJ. Those guys are in the wrong car. They're kicking the Mercedes. Yeah, so why is Filthy Orange? Filthy Orange hasn't been traded yet, so he can't be in the kick. He's a full-time driver. Yeah, so he should be driving for Tazio. Mercedes, so he should be in Mercedes car instead of Tazio. That's what I'm saying, bro. They're in the wrong cars. Yeah, Tito. Mercedes down. Oh, you got the stream on the sound too, SJ. Everyone just heard what it is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rush Racing, the rerun. This is the first time we've done this due to obviously updates and problems with EA. Imola has been rerun for round number 7, and we are joined here by Division 6, and we are about to get underway. Joining me in the comms box, probably for the first time for a long time, as we don't commentate often together anymore in Division 6. Rekus, good evening.
Good evening, SJ, and indeed, yeah, I think this is the first time we've commentated together since the eval races several months ago. But yeah, we're back here at Imola due to, like you mentioned, updates because EA decides to pull the worst timing sometimes. But I still think that means we get some good racing during a period where we normally wouldn't even get racing. So there's a little bit of good of everything, of course, as we are in the silly season week, but for right now, we're going to put that on pause and come right here to Imola.
Yes, definitely. And you're probably asking a few questions on why some of these guys are not in their done deal seats. Well, due to the Imola race was rerun, so it is the original drivers. After Imola in Cota going in next week, then we will see obviously 2 drivers we've seen at the moment, Tazio and Filthy Orange. They will switch seats. So do not worry about that. This is just for this race, and then they will then move into their new teams, which will be announced on Thursday night for the Silly Season Part 2 stream, which has been a bit interesting. I don't know if you've seen much about it, but it's been quite interesting. There's been a few moves, but not as much as the first Silly Season records.
Indeed, and I mean that's just kind of the nature of this silly season, especially having multiple silly seasons. I mean, in most cases, a lot of the big moves will have been done during the first silly season, so the second one will still be pretty spicy nevertheless, but it won't be as spicy because, I mean, some drivers have really found a good home after the first silly season. Dynasty Sparrow, Indy, Aston Martin's the first one that comes to mind. I mean, he's essentially found a new lease of life at that team, so wasn't expecting him to make any changes, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these drivers perform in these new teams coming into the Cota week. It is a sprint weekend too, so it's a pretty interesting weekend to go ahead and try to get used to a new team.
Yeah, definitely. And on that note, we're going to go through the order tonight. Remember, track selection is 35,000 now. So if you can get that in as soon as possible, that would be awesome. And then we can then bring in the next track. So we're going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to talk for the rest. We'll have to wait and see. Smurf, Murph, mate, you're more than welcome to talk, mate. Ask some questions, use some channel points, do whatever you need to do, my friend. But enjoy the race itself. So who's on the grid tonight? We've got Crowjag in the Alpine, Uncle Morty in the Red Bull, Jackal in the McLaren. Then we've got Striker, then H-Town, MPJ, Abhishek reserving for the Williams for the keeper for tonight. We've got Panda in the Ferrari, Filthy Orange, his last race in the Mercedes. What can he do? Can he cause an absolute storm and get some serious points? We'll have to wait and see. We've got Druzella in the Alpine, we've got Woofer in the Aston, Quicksilver Deck in the Ferrari, Hunter in the Mercedes. Will he have a good night tonight like he did last week in Abu Dhabi? It was an absolute fantastic night for him. Will it be the same again? We'll have to wait and see. And will D. White cause another storm as he did last week, or will they switch around and MPJ cause a more of a promising start to this season already? Will it be the same going into Cota? We then got Nishka, and I'm hearing this could be his final race, so a little bit of drama going on there. Liam Darrenberg is in another different car. This guy has in so many different cars. We'll have to wait and see. Just does 115.695. Paul and Hell in the Aston, who's been on really good form lately. Will he get another podium? And Tazio, this is his last chance in the kick tonight as well. So, and we've also got 2 race bands with Chevy Wolves not making the grid and David in the Red Bull. So 18 cars on the grid tonight for Imola. 14 minutes of quali. I think, what do you think we're going to see here, Wise?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what we're going to see here because Imola is such a track with narrow margins. You make one wrong mistake and you're off into the massive expanse of grass and or gravel at the circuit, so you're going to have to really try to keep it within the white lines. We know the turns 14 and 15 chicanes, known as Grassini, is pretty much the leader of track times. So if you can make it through there, then you'll have a pretty good run. I think that's probably where we're going to see most times either made or broken here in this qualifying session. In terms of pace, I think if this truly is Nishka's last race, I think he's going to want to try to go out with a bang. So I think Nishka is going to have some potential. And he had a really good week in Abu Dhabi. If we remember, he did 2 races in Abu Dhabi. He did Div 5 and Div 6, and he had a pretty good showing in both. So we'll just have to see if he can keep up that performance here, what could be his final race here.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm going to put a prediction out in a few minutes as well. But first of all, Rekus, who do you want to jump on board with for a flying lap? We've got Krojag, Striker, or Filthy Orange.
Let's go on board with Krojag, because Krojag has been pretty impressive since his stint reserving in for the Ferrari.
Over to you. Lost you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here. I said I'm Krojag.
All right, over to you. You take it away.
Oh, my bad. All right. Anyways, so picking up on that note, he is going to go ahead and make his way through Sector 2. He's going to make his run up the hill now, coming into this upcoming corner. It is a tricky one. If you carry too much speed, you could be off into the gravel, and now he's going to Aqua Minerale. Some very fast sweeping corners. Now he's coming to probably my least favorite corner of all Formula 1. This really tight chicane where you can either make or break your lap time. He makes it through absolutely perfectly. So now he's going to make his way down to the Ravazzas here. We'll see if he can go ahead and hold it here, because this is another corner you can carry too much momentum and absolutely send it straight to the gravel. He does not do that. He's going to go ahead and push the Alpine, and he's going to jump up into 7th with the time of a 1:16.303. A pretty good banker lap there for the Alpine, and we'll see if there's more on the table for him.
Yes, not bad time there for the Alpine of Krojag. We've also got MPJ, which I'm going to jump on with for a flying lap with him at the moment. 1:14.899 is the time to beat. 1:15.355 is P2, and 1:15.695 is P3. We've got 1 and a 4 in that McLaren at the moment. Prediction is in, ladies and gentlemen. Who is going to take pole? Is it going to be a Williams? Is it going to be a McLaren, a Mercedes V-Cab, or will it be someone else? Get your predictions in. Getting very, very close to that last 35,000 points for track selection. If you want a bit of a reminder of what we have got so far for track selection going into season 10, here you go. We've got Dynasty with Baku, Spa, Keeper, Monaco, Watanabe, Imola, Dido, Las Vegas, Gangster, Suzuka, Sebi. What's it going to be tonight? Let's have to wait and see. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, very exciting. And I do not like this track to a T, but it's going to be very interesting to see what these guys do. But we'll have to wait and see, as MPJ is just moving out the way and is about to start his flying lap, which we'll jump on board with. And yeah, I will take you through a lap of MPJ. So here we go, coming around the final corner, getting on to the acceleration. First part of the DRS, burning as much as he can going into turn 1. You're going to see a lot of overtakes coming on down here through the whole track itself. But let's have a look here, 60% dropping into 8th gear, all the way down into 5th, into 4th, riding the curves very nicely there, running a little bit more ERS coming through. A little bit of traffic in front, that Mercedes, hopefully that will get out of the way. We'll have to wait and see. 46% very, very nicely getting onto the curve, not invalidating, very easy to invalidate in Imola, coming into the hairpin now, coming up the hill as we see the track elevation here, very different compared to other tracks. You get a little bit of a toe off the Mercedes, and then coming into the corner of Sector 2 very, very nicely. They're going a little bit too wide, getting onto the curb, getting a little bit out of shape, coming down the hill now onto the 50, coming up onto the curb, then going back up the hill as we see the elevation changing, and then coming into the worst chicane of Sector 3, coming up, so over to the right, onto the curb, left-hand side, getting a little bit too wide there, keeping within track limits, now coming into the final part of the track. So far, so good for MPJ. Is this a quick one, or is this not good enough going to be for the top 3, or even pole position? Coming around to the final corner, getting a little bit out of sorts there. I know this is not the cleanest But then PJ will happy take, but he goes P3 with a 115.512.
Indeed, yeah, and I think it's that chicane there, right in the middle of Sector 3. That Grassini chicane is just such a brutal one in terms of just making or breaking laps here. But overall, still a pretty good lap there for the Haas driver. Only about 6/10 behind Jackal, who is currently in that provisional pole position, as Uncle Morty is just starting his first lap in the Red Bull. The only drivers who have yet to set a time here in the session is Uncle Morty, Paul and Hell, and then the 2 Ferraris. So we're going to see how this goes for them. Ferrari will definitely be a team looking for some improvement in Div 6. Historically, Div 6 hasn't been the nicest to them here this season. My mind immediately goes back to round 2 of the season of Monaco, as Uncle Morty comes up in the P9, a time 1.087 seconds away from our provisional pole sitter of Jackal. But I think if Ferrari could win this, if they can make some really good progress here in this silly season, then I think the overalls are already tight enough as is. But if Ferrari can get a good Div 6 roster, then I think the overalls are going to be even tighter than they were previously. And that's saying something.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. The overalls have been very, very intriguing at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen later on tonight. We've got 7 minutes of quality at the moment. We've got Crowjag on an outlap. We've got Quicksilver Deck on an outlap as well. Jekyll is leading the times at the moment with a 14.899. Hunter just behind 115.122. We saw Jekyll do a very, very good lap here when he did reserve up for Division 5. So it's going to be interesting to see if that time can be beaten. But Hunter's done 2 laps already on them soft compound tyres, 6 minutes in, 15.122. So the difference at the moment, only 2.223 difference between Hunter and Jackal, 4 tenths between Nishka and Jackal. So yeah, with that little bit of a break, these guys may be off the pace a little bit. We still have a few guys down there at the bottom with Panda, Quicksilver and Paul and Hell still to set times. Panda on an outlap at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, Paul and Hell is on an outlap as well, which I'm going to let you take this one away with Paul and Hell, as he did have a very good week last week, getting onto the podium. So, and Aston are leading the overalls. So, one driver at the moment in the Aston and P15, and one about to set a time very, very soon. 5 minutes to go in quali. Rekus, over to you for Paul and Hell.
All right, he's going to go and make his way through the Ravazzas for one last time before beginning his lap here, his first lap of the session. And now he's going to go ahead and turn on the afterburners and get ready to go here. He's going to make the run down the Tamburello here. It's a pretty good run here. It's the only DRS zone on the track. He's going into the chicane. Very nicely done there, using a good amount of curb. He paid for the whole track. He's using the entire track as he makes his way, coming up to turns 5 and 6, heading into the Tosa hairpin, also known as turn 7. Very nicely done there. And now he's going to go and make his way up the hill as he heads to Aqua Minerale. Got a little bit to go before then, but he's going to go ahead and do very nicely there. Maybe a bit wide in that corner, but ultimately not the worst there. He's using a good amount of curve there. I think maybe a bit slow to kind of get the power down. Coming through Aqua Minerale as he makes his way to Varii Alta. He's going to go ahead and get the move. And he's going to go ahead and try now. His lap is still good. Making his way down into Ravazza here. The final few corners on the track. 1 to go, and now he's going to just go ahead and get the power down, burn the battery, coming up to the line, and it's a time good enough for P12 here, 1.1 seconds off a provisional pole.
Yeah, well done there by Paul and Hal, and yeah, there's definitely obviously a little bit more time in that map. You can see 16.080 at the moment, and everyone is into the pits now. We are going to start to see a few guys coming out. Panda on a lap at the moment. I think he's just about to finish. No, he has just finished that. He's on 16.499. We've still got Quicksilver in the pits, not setting a time. That will be looked at by the OBs. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, but we've got 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go, and this is going to be the final go for these guys. Are you thinking Jackal is going to remain on top, or do you think we are going to see someone different take that place?
I'll be interested, honestly, to see, because Jackal does have a really good time to kind of kick things off, and I honestly think it could be Jackal staying on top. I know the prediction is heavily favoring Williams, so either Nishka or Abhishek could have a good shot at this, but honestly, I think my money is on Jackal improving and keeping that spot, but he's going to need to get out sooner rather than later if he does want to improve his lap time, because if he doesn't come out now, that time is not going to stick. The track is too rubbered in now. It's probably the quickest it's going to be all qualifying. So Jacko does need to go ahead and get out and get a lap in. But if he waits too long, he's going to be stuck in traffic purgatory, and ultimately he might just miss out here. So I think if anyone were to take it, it's probably going to be one of the Williams or maybe Aston Martin potentially, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we are going to have to wait and see what happens at the moment. We've got Hunter on a lap. Are we seeing any improvements in that Sector 2 time? Can he get close to Jackal's time before the end of this qualifying? I think most of you have all gone with Jackal tonight. No, he's not. He's actually dipped out. He's not happy with the time. He's not happy with it. So does he have enough time to go again, or is that it for Hunter? This could be massive news for Mercedes. We're going to jump off Hunter. We're going to go on MPJ, who is about to start his time. And you've got a lot of guys coming out to the pits. Let's keep an eye on Sector 1 to see what happens. And here we go. Are we going to see an improvement in that Sector 1 time or not? Let's have a look at the moment. It's a lot of traffic behind him and in front of him as well. So we'll have to wait and see. No, he's actually on 100% battery. So he's going to go again. We are going to watch Hunter. Hunter's about to come across the line, and he's going to start again. So here we go. 1 minute and 23 to go. Jackal's on an outlap. Nishka's on an outlap. H-Town's on an outlap. So they are your top four, and MPJ is in that 5th position as well. So let's look on board with Hunter. 54% on that ERS. Very, very nicely into the first sector. Are we seeing an improvement in Sector 1 at the moment? Let's have a look. Coming through very, very nicely so far. Getting onto the curbs. And it's an invalidation. He is out, and he's not going to improve. We're going to go on board with MPJ, who's got a little bit of traffic in front of him, and it looks like it is getting quite busy out there at the moment, Rekus.
Indeed, it is definitely rush hour traffic here within the last minute of qualifying here. So, I mean, that was expected, and that's why I was kind of saying that Jackal needed to get out sooner rather than later. As MPJ is going to make his way across the line, there are yellows. There's I believe that might be a Williams potentially. No, that's an Alpine that's just kind of parked there. It is Crowjag having a bit of a time reminiscing about Alpine's rally heritage, although I think he probably could have picked a better time and place to do that. But anyways, he is going to go ahead and try to get out of the gravel there. But yeah, everybody is now out on a lap. It is going to be very busy here, so the tow could really help you on one hand, and on the other hand, the dirty air might also mess up your lap. So we'll just have to see who can improve. Hunter won't. He'll come into the pits after that invalidation last time around. It is going to be the Williams of Abhishek getting up into P14. So that's his qualifying done and dusted. So quite a few drivers making their way across laps now. Liam Durienberg is going to go ahead and put a time good up for P2. Filthy Orange will come up into 7th. And times are coming in across the board, but I don't know if anyone's going to beat Jackal here at this stage, who himself just barely hangs on to the car coming around Ravalta now. Is he going to improve? No, he doesn't. There's no improvement there from Jackal, but in his defense, it doesn't look like anyone around him is improving.
No, definitely not. I was actually watching on board with Jackal for a bit. We did see that Hunter invalidated. MPJ was down on his time. Jackal was up on his time a little bit, but then he lost it. He got into the gravel there, and Nishka was the only one that got close to him, and Liam Darrenberg there in that top 3. So Liam in P3, Nishka in P2, and Jackal in P1. And a few guys not making improvements there. So guys, if you all voted for McLaren to take pole position, you are correct. So well done to you guys, and congratulations. And yeah, it's very impressive for the top 3 there. Hardly anything in it. I'm just going to see if we can quickly get the times there. Look at that, 0.055, 0.073. We'll talk a little bit about, before we do get into the race, Liam Darrenberg, what's your thoughts? Reserve driver, probably hot property at the moment in Division 6 going into, obviously, next season, where he ended up. You're pretty confident this man's going to get a seat before silly season shuts?
I would be surprised if he didn't have a seat by the time silly season wraps up. He has been a very present force in Div 6. So, I mean, I don't even think it's going to wait till next season, as we have our qualifying order up here. It is Jackal taking pole position ahead of Nishka, Liam, Hunter, H-Town, MPJ, Filthy Orange, Paul and L, Striker, Tazio, Uncle Morty, Dwight, Drewzilla, Abhishek, Woofa, Crojack, Quicksilver, Panda, rounding out our 18 drivers here on the grid. But yeah, going back to Liam, I would be very surprised if he didn't have a full-time seat before silly season wraps up.
Well, there you go. We'll have to wait and see. And congratulations to the guys that did do track selection, the vote on the prediction. We will be putting votes in tonight as well. Not as many as 100% races, so do get them in. I'll be asking Rekus what his thoughts are. Rekus will be taking away the start of this race. Remember, round number 7, Imola Rerun, and he has had his little bit of a say on Liam Darrenberg, so we'll have to wait and see. He's in P3 tonight. The man is hot property. He's probably the spotlight at the moment, but it is Jackal that is going to lead everyone into turn 1. So, Rekus, I will let you take it away.
All right, as we are going ahead and waiting for the drivers to go ahead and confirm their strategies, make any last-minute changes in terms of fuel load that they may want to, maybe adjust that front wing a bit, just to kind of get the car kind of fine-tuned as we're about to get ready for Imola. For the rerun race here in Div 6, we're going to see how this one is going to go ahead and play out. It's going to be a fun one. It is going to be a tricky one. And the run into turn 1 here on lap 1 is going to be pure cinema here. It's going to be drama. It's going to be chaos. But that's what we've signed up for. I mean, we're coming to Imola. We're coming to a very highly contested Div 6 round. And here we go. Those 5 red lights are coming up on the gantry. And it's lights out. And away we go here in Imola. It's a good start there from Jackal. He's going to go ahead and make the run down into turn number 1. Got a very good spot, and Panda got a very terrible start there. He stalled off there. There's a Red Bull off there. There is. Oh, that's Liam. Liam going a bit into the gravel there. Well into the gravel, and you could have not had a much worse start there, as he is dropped from P3 all the way down to P18. Just going a bit too hot, going into Tamburello, and now Sector 1 is complete. It's been a pretty interesting one. H-Town's actually up into 3rd, but not a ton of drama, but still some drama here in the opening stages here, SJ.
Yeah, definitely. I cannot believe what we've seen straight away on turn 1, and Liam Darrenberg has got it all wrong, down into P18, and he's all over the place. He's got damage on that front left-hand side. Not what you want to see from the man that we just gave the spotlight to, and he looks like he's struggling, so going to be a quick pit stop. Keep a Jackal and Nishka straight into it. 1.4 seconds between them and H-Town, under pressure. We've got drama here. Big accident here of Crowjag and Quicksilver Deck. What's happened there? They've lost it, and yeah, it's all gone wrong there. We've got a yellow in Sector 3 or Sector 2 there. Jackal doing the fastest lap with 1:19.845. It's all kicking off here at Imola, but the front 2 are on their way. 1.8 seconds. H-Town has got a nice little gap there to his teammate and also Nishka. but he has got a lot of cars behind. Hunter, MPJ, Filthy Orange, P6 and P4. Great race so far for the man in his last race for Mercedes, we've got to say, and also Tazio in P7. So the guys that are in the spotlight tonight is the two drivers that have moved teams.
Indeed, yeah. So, I mean, there's still, oh, as we see a Haas get a bit wide there. Another yellow sector, a reset the track there for, I believe that was either Panda or Quicksilver. And they almost take each other out. Chaos and Ferrari. The Scuderia is not having the greatest of times here at one of their home tracks. But yeah, I mean, statistically looking at Ferrari, they're going to be the team who's going to want to make the biggest step forward in Div 6. They only have 60 points. They have less than half the points of their nearest rival in this division of Kick Sauber, who have 122 points to their name. And it is looking like it's a pretty good one there for that team. But another thing to note in the Constructors' Championship coming here to this track, McLaren and Red Bull are tied for the lead in the Constructors' Championship here in Div 6. 226 points apiece. And right now, McLaren is in a really good spot to go ahead and officially just take the lead and break away from Red Bull, as Red Bull has only one driver here tonight, and the two McLarens are in pretty good spots, P1 and P4.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of drama is going on. We've seen a little bit of damage there. Filthy Orange up into P5. MPJ in P6 making a few mistakes there. We can see Paul and Hell and Tazio going to the chicane there very nicely. Paul and Hell getting the job done. Tazio losing that front left plate. A little bit of damage there, so that will hurt his race. He'll continue as much as he can, but it's going to be difficult here. You need sustainability in some of these corners and really difficult to turn, especially on that left-hand side. So that is going to hurt him. So you may see him drop down the dropping order a little bit, but he's still behind. He's still in the DRS of the Aston Martin, and he does make the move past it. MPJ is about to make the move past Filthy Orange as well. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot going on down here. We've got Striker just making the move there, getting all over the track there, coming out into Sector 1. We've got Woofer down there in P12, D1 in P13, Abhishek in P14, Quicksilver down in P15, Panda in 16th, Liam Durenberg in 17th, and Krojak in P18 at the moment. Up front is Jackal, Nishka, and Hunter, and it's 1.7 seconds between Hunter and Nishka is just about to lose the DRS of Jackal. So Jackal looking strong here, and definitely strong for his championship at the moment. We are going to go further down though. Going to look at this battle between Striker and Uncle Morty. But on that note, I'm just going to put in a prediction. Will there be a safety car? Give me a number. So are we talking before lap 15?
Yeah, that was the number I was actually thinking of. So yeah, let's go with that.
Or after lap 25. How's that? Or none?
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. There we go. Right, 5 minutes, guys. Get your predictions in. Will there be a safety car before lap 15 up to 25? Sorry, after lap 25 or none? You really are confident, because the way this is going, it's looking like it's getting a bit juicy. So there you go. Get that prediction in, guys. Prediction is in. We're having a little bit of a problems with some lag at the moment, so we will see what the go is there. And we'll go from there as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But so far, so good. And all 18 cars going on, and some very, very good battles, especially in this midfield pack at the moment. Rekas, Tazio, Filthy Orange, Paul and Hell, Uncle Morty and Striker, as we see Nishka being overtaken by Hunter. Where has this pace come from the Mercedes driver? He is looking to pounce.
I think Nishka actually had a bit of a moment there that actually caused him to drop into Hunter's, pretty much into his grasp the hunter got his hunt done. He hunted down Nishka, but I think Nishka actually had a bit of a mistake, because now we have Hunter who's just about 2 seconds off the back of Jackal in that McLaren, that chrome McLaren shining on through here tonight. And I mean, that was a beautiful send through Tamburello from the McLaren. I mean, he's definitely putting the car on limit, as we already have a pit stop from Paul and Hell. He is going to go ahead and jump into the pits, and he's going to throw on a set of hard tires. We haven't really talked much about tires here in the opening stage. A majority of the field did opt to start on the medium compound, so it's probably going to be a one-stop here today. I don't really foresee a two-stop. I mean, then again, outside of the 100% races, two-stops aren't super common here in Rush, but I mean, we have seen some weird things here. But I think ultimately it is probably going to be a medium to hard strategy, but it doesn't matter what tire you're on at the moment. Right now, Jackal does have some wicked pace out here, trying to go ahead and basically get a grand slam here in the final race of Div 6 before we truly get into silly season.
Yeah, definitely. We're having some serious problems with DY. He is moving all over the place at the moment, and yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm just looking on board at the moment, and I'm going to have an on board with DY just to see how we go. He may get he may get a black flag. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. I will be reporting to the onboards to see what they think. If the driver is going to need to retire, but we'll have to wait and see. We're on lap 7 out of 32, and we'll see what the onboards say. It may be another situation with, unfortunately, with Lucas last week in Abu Dhabi. So let's have a wait and see. We do onboard him. He is moving all over the place at the moment, so may give him the opportunity to leave and join back to see if that works, or just keep on at the moment, and then we'll jump on board some more action at the front. But it seems all right at the moment. It's 5.9 seconds. There's a battle between Tazzy and Filthy Orange going a little further up. Yeah, we're just going to keep on board because he did move all over the place. But yeah, we're keeping an eye on that. Onboard is in the stream tonight, so yeah, we'll see what happens there. Druzilla getting a penalty there, and came a little bit wide there. It might have had a little bit of an impact there with Striker, so we'll have to wait and see. And he is going to come under pressure from Woofer, who is in that P11 position, and Albacek is just in that P12, not far behind them. So there's a nice little battle going on there. We're on lap 7 on the mediums at the moment. We're on lap 8 out of 32. Imola is a long race, and there you go. Woofer is into the pits. So both Aston Martins looking to do the undercut there. Rekus, is that the best thing, or is that going to cause problems? As we can see, Paul and Hell coming round the final corner now with his teammate into the pits, now coming out the pits. Paul and Hell coming down the main straight, and he will get the position done. So is that the best strategy from Aston Martin in this race so far?
I think it's a bit early, personally. I think I would have at least tried to push him till maybe around like where we predicted the safety car would potentially be, around that lap 15 is probably where I would try to take the mediums and then just run the rest of the race on that hard compound. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it's a tad early, but I mean, it could still work. But yeah, I think it's a bit early. At the earliest, if you want to try to make it very long, you'd want to probably at least go to like lap 12, I would say, on the medium before jumping onto the hards, because I mean, granted, you are going to get some kind of track position, but towards the end of the race, everybody who didn't pit in at this stage is going to be on much fresher tires of the same compound, more than likely. So you're going to be in a rough spot trying to defend against pretty much everybody who will be on that quicker tire towards the end. There's actually a few more drivers are calling it into the pits. Maybe it's making some teams and drivers kind of think about it a bit, as Drew was kind of held into the pits there. DY has retired, so the black flag has come through, and that'll be our first retiree of the race. Hopefully we don't have any more, but yeah, I think the onboards have made their call. He is going to go ahead and get black flagged here. Unfortunate for him, but sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Okay, so yeah, that was obviously dealt with very quickly. Well done on board. It's very unfortunate. D White looks like he will receive 1 point for that. But we'll have to wait and see, because I don't think he. I don't understand why he's retired on track. So that will be an interesting one. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, unfortunately, one Haas driver out of this race. 10 laps out of 32. We've got Krojak down in P18. If you are tuning in with us, we did see Jackal and Nishka were in P1 and P2, and Liam Durenberg was in that P3 spot. But unfortunately, in turn 1, he got it all wrong and completely ended up onto the gravel. It was very, very lucky that he didn't crash the car into many others as well. So very, very well done by him. Striker going into the pits now, his other teammate for tonight. D-White is now joined back, and it has DNF'd him, so he will receive 1 point for the standings as well. So really unfortunate for D White. But MPJ is in the he's in P6 at the moment, and he's just out of the DRS of Tazio. I'm gonna say Tazio doing a great job with that front left wing damage. He is 3.4 seconds behind H-Town, but it looks like he's solidified that P5 position as it stands at the moment. But this man out in front, Jackal, is just on another. He's on another planet. He's 3.1 seconds in front of Hunter, and Hunter is he's 4 seconds in front of Nishka. So unless Nishka's made a mistake, he could be coming under pressure very, very quickly here from H-Town, who's only 2.1 seconds down the road, and then gaps are really starting to fill out now. There's only Woofer, Druzilla, and Striker that are in a battle at the moment. Rikus.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's something I've noticed about Imola too, is that something that does tend to happen on this track from time to time is that you do see these gaps that do kind of form here as everybody does get into their rhythm, into their flow. So we are seeing some drivers pretty close to each other now, as it seems like the field is almost evenly split in terms of the race strategy here. A lot of them trying to go ahead and go for the earlier stint, while others are trying to make those mediums last, as the Ferraris do swap positions here, going into Tamburello. And then we have Wolfo on Striker as the next battle. He'll close in the gap, but still a good amount of real estate in between the two. And now I think it's pretty much just kind of like a holding pattern here. Until we get those next round of pit stops for pretty much everybody in the top 8. Actually, everybody in the top 10 was yet to pit. So, actually, in that case, we are evenly split on strategy. The top 10 have yet to pit. And everybody below has had to pit either on strategy or due to fixing damage, which I believe Liam and Krojag are the recipients of that latter part. But it'll be interesting to see if the quicker strategy does prevail, or if the earlier strategy, I should say, is going to be the stronger one.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm looking at these two at the moment. Panda and Quicksilver Deck doing a great job. P9 and P10. Panda on those hards, and he'll be able to go a lot more longer. So he's on a very good strat here. I am looking at something though, which is quite interesting. I'm just going through the grid order, and we've got Panda. We've got Panda that's underfueled. We've also got, we did have another driver, but they obviously have burnt more fuel. But yeah, a bit of an underfuel there. No safety car at the moment. Lap 12 out of 32. And both Ferraris in P8 and P9. 13 seconds difference, though, between Panda and Uncle Morty. We are starting to see those big gaps there. The closest one is moving around that 1.92.2 second gap between H-Town and Nishka. I think Nishka may have had a mistake there. Only 8% on the ERS. Hunter trying to pull in Jackal. He's pulled him into 2.6 now. So his Jackal made a few mistakes. He's got a lot of ERS. We're going a little bit further back down. We've got Filthy Orange. Makes the move past Paul and Hal. Coming down the hill there. Getting very, very close to the Ferrari. He looks like he's going to be on better tyres. Going to get better grip there. He's going to go into the chicane. This is a place where you do not want to overtake. The Ferrari's going to give him the space, and very nicely done there by the the Ferrari and the Mercedes driver giving respect on track, and the Orange in a really good position. And as it stands, and Jackal gets a 3-second time penalty. Abhishek then joins that and gets a 3 seconds. So Jackal put himself under a little bit of pressure now. He has only... Well, he's actually going to lose the lead as it stands because Hunter was 2.9 seconds behind. So Jackal making a few mistakes there, costing himself could cost himself some points later on if this race does change. And as it stands, Nishka is P1 at the moment on those fresh hards in P6. Bit of drama here already on lap 13 with that pin for the leader, Records.
I think that happened actually in some of the other Imola races we've had this season, where it was just a penalty that really threw things asunder for the race. For at the time the race leader, Jackal's really got to go and turn on the afterburners. And the one thing that he doesn't want to happen at this stage of the race is get a safety car, because if that safety car does come in, then Jackal is righteously in some trouble, as he's going to go in and jump onto the hard tire to go to the end of the race. And I mean, man, like you said, Imola always does tend to bring drama, and today is no different.
No, definitely not there. And Hunter's done exactly the same thing as well. So look at that. You could see Hunter is literally just right behind Jackal there in the pit lane. So Mercedes have really done a great job there. They've timed that to perfection, and they've done exactly the same thing as McLaren. So to stop them, very, very clever strategy there for them. Panda up into P3 now on those 13 lap hards. He's going to have to pit. He has underfueled though, so he does not want no safety car, because then he will be under extreme pressure later on and may run out of fuel. Nishka going very wide there on Panda there. So Nishka making a few mistakes in that Williams. As you can see, he's on the quicker tyre, trying to get the move done on the Ferrari. Goes around the outside, gets the move done. The Ferrari gives him space. He knows he's on the better tyres. But Nishka does look like he is struggling a little bit, losing a little bit of time. 4.7 seconds. Sorry, from the 5 seconds to Hunter. So it now looks like that Hunter and Jackal are on their own race, and Nishka's going to have to do a lot more to catch up. Does have that 3-second penalty though, Jackal, so he's going to want to try and burn as much as he can and pull away. Tazio getting a 3-second and joining in with the penalties. Lap 14 out of 32, and we're now starting to see a lot of these guys making pit stops. MPJ onto the hards there, coming through the chicane. We've got the two medium runners there, Woofer and Abhishek there. I'm just looking, everyone has stopped apart from Panda, so we reckon that we will start to see Panda coming in very, very soon at the moment. But there are your pins. 3 seconds for Jackal, 3 for Drusilla, 3 for Abhishek, 3 for Tazio. Lap 15 out of 32, and that prediction is looking likely to not happen, Rekus. And so far, so good. A good race by Division 6.
Yeah, Division 6 has kind of had that mantra bestowed upon them this time around for this season, because I remember last season was the first season of Div 6, and I remember you and I commentated for the Monza season opener for Div 6, and that was pretty chaotic. And now here, I mean, they've had, for the most part, they've had the cleanest races out of any division. There's been a few instances where that has not been the case, but for the most part, Div 6 has been very surprising in a very good way, very pleasantly surprising. Because normally with Div 6 being our lowest division, you would expect the most rookie errors, the most mistakes, the most crashes, contact, etc., etc. But we really have just not been seeing that here in Div 6. And honestly, it's really awesome to see that Div 6 has just been evolving as it has over the weeks.
Yeah, no, definitely. Gonna be very interesting to see what happens to the remainder of the season when these guys go to Cota next week. Unfortunately, I will not be here, so hopefully that will be a very interesting race. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this is obviously the rerun due to EA, and so far a great rerun for these two drivers at the top, and also Nishka down there in P3. Panda having a fantastic race. How far is he going to fall down the pecking order though when he does make that pit stop? That's going to be the question. And if he does get a safety car, when is that going to happen at the moment? So he is on lap 16 out of 32, and he's done 15 laps on those hards, and he has underfueled But so far, so good for these guys. A little bit further down, we've got Tazio making a move there on Druzilla up into P10. Has he changed that front wing? Yes, he has. So we know the pace that man has got in that kick. Let's have a wait and see there. MPJ in P9 at the moment. He is the one that is putting pressure on Jackal for that championship this season. And we'll have to wait and see at the moment. But Hunter is out of that 3.9 second gap. So as it stands, Jackal will win this race and will get away with that pen as he is a second adrift. Well, 9.5 attempts. Hunter just does the fastest lap there as well. So interesting to see. Gaps are starting to form here. That we're seeing Filthy Orange looking to make a move on Panda around the outside. He knows that's not his battle, and Panda will be a sitting duck on those old 16 lap hards. Filthy Orange, what a race from him. This is redemption. Liam Dorenberg getting a 3-second time penalty down there in P16. And yeah, like I said, great race so far for Filthy Orange. What a way to go out for Mercedes.
Indeed, yeah, this is definitely, like, we were talking about this with Nishka earlier too. It was like, because this is the potentially Nishka's last race here. He wants to go out with a bang, and with Filthy Orange, this being his last race with Mercedes, he wants to go out with a bang with the Silver Arrows. So, and right now, that Silver Arrow is flying pretty true here, coming through Aqua Minerale now, and now he's going to make his way through the Gracini chicane here in a few moments' time. But yeah, it's been a really good run for him here today. From his starting position to now, he is up 3 positions, so pretty good stuff here, honestly. And I mean, hey, it's pretty good motivation and pretty good momentum to carry into Cota, where you're going to need all the motivation and all of pretty much everything going your way, because it is going to be a tricky time getting used to the brand new team, used to a new roster, and I mean, new team, new way of doing things. But the best thing you can do is have good momentum coming into Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, definitely. It's a track which is, really unfortunate with the S's. A lot of places to overtake as well, but it can be very technical. So it's going to be really interesting. Obviously, 2 races there, sprint weekend. Big points up for grabs. And obviously, we are going to see some of these guys in new teams. Maybe we'll have to wait and see what the silly season does, which is only basically one more day, which is tomorrow. When it shuts. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. There's still a few rumours coming through. It's going to be exciting. Don't forget it, on Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. AEDT, we'll be kicking it off with the silly season stream part 2. So get amongst that. It's going to be a good night. And but so far we're on lap 19 out of 32. Jackal is leading the way. We've got yellow down there, Uncle Morty going off. Tazio getting a 10-second time pen for a severe collision with Uncle Morty. So they've come together somewhere there. I'm looking at Tazio. He's now lost the front right plate. It was the front left early on. That's the front right. So I reckon we'll see him come into the pits. No, we're going to see him continue. So a little bit of drama there between Kick and the Red Bull driver as Paul and Hell into the pits off those hards and on to a new set of hards for the remainder of the race. So some guys making a 2-stop instead of a 1-stop here, Rekas. But so far so good. No safety car called. Striker now on the back of Filthy Orange. We're seeing battles in that top 5-6 area at the moment, but at the front, it's pretty locked out, isn't it? Locked in at the moment for Jackal, Hunter, and Nishka. They look like they're racing on their own.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're pretty much in their own race. They're all, I think, in relatively clear air too, which is going to feel absolutely nice around this track. But yeah, actually coming back to Tazio, he was actually missing more than just the end plate. There's actually substantial front wing damage on that Sauber. So he's definitely going to have to come in sooner rather than later to go ahead and try to get that fixed. It's not looking too great right now for the Sauber, but I mean, Imola is a tricky track, so it does happen from time to time, although it's always unfortunate when it does happen. But The one thing that's going through Jackal's mind right now is Striker actually gets to move done onto Filthy Orange, so the V-Carb is up into 4th. And the one thing that Jackal is praying to not happen is a safety car, because a safety car, he has worked so hard to build that gap out. That safety car would just ruin any chance of that gap being able to really get back out again.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very exciting to see what happens here as a striker. 10 seconds behind Nishka. Tazio getting a 3-second time pen down there in P10. Filthy Orange 1 second behind Striker. Needs to stay with him with that DRS. Do not want to lose that DRS because he's got MPJ hunting him down right in that DRS as well. And it looks like Filthy Orange is going to lose that position there. And it's only literally 1 lap between Filthy Orange and Striker. MPJ on very fresh tyres. 7 laps to those 11 and to 10. And those guys at the front all on 7-lap tyres. Jackal, Hunter, Nishka. Hunter has brought that lead down to 3.2. So at the moment, Jackal is only 3.5 tenths out in front. Gonna get this win. Can Hunter rein that in? Lap 21 out of 32. 1 more lap to go. And we have 10 laps to go. This race has gone by very quickly as MPJ gets the move done up into P5. Great move there. Filthy Orange down into P6. We've got a few pit stops making down there in P10 and P11. Oh shit, coming off the mediums, getting on to a set of hards. Panda finally getting off those hards and going on to a brand set of mediums. And Liam Derenberg up to P11 on those 8-lap hards. And Filthy Orange still staying with MPJ. Liam Derenberg getting another 3-second time pen. We've got a yellow down the back there. I'm trying to see what's happening. It looks like Drusilla has... someone's been, or has Panda been? No one's been left, I don't think. Or have they? I'm just trying to look out in front. Is that what that is? That Williams? Let's have a look. No, that's not. No, it's yeah, it is. That is Alpeshek. That is Alpeshek in front of Panda. Sorry, I was just seeing. I saw yellows. I didn't know if someone was going very, very slow. But I'll pass it back to you. This battle between P6 and P5, and we'll jump on board with an onboard for Filthy Orange. I'll let you take it away, Rex.
All right, so now he's got the DRS making his run down this very long straight, coming into Tamburello here. He's going to close the gap to MPJ. Going to be hard on the brakes now. And you can see the blinking light on the back of MPJ's Haas, and that means he has burned up all of his battery here. He's going to go ahead and close the gap up here. Oh, MPJ goes a bit wide. Filthy Orange going to go to try to fire it off the inside. Oh, is he going to make it stick? It's going to be a tricky one. No, he doesn't. He has to back out of the move. He'll give it another go here. It is a pretty long run into Aqua Minerale here. He's going to go ahead and give it a go. He's going to go ahead and push with all of his might. He's burning the battery up quite a bit there. And now you got into the Grassini chicane coming right up. He's going to go ahead and just pump the brakes. Get through. It looks like he's... actually, no. It looks like he lost a bit of time. So he's going to be just on the cusp of DRS. He is going to close in that gap, though, going into Ravatza. And he's going to go ahead once again. MPJ going a bit wide there on corner exit. And now he's going to go ahead and go on through. Striker comes into the pits. This will promote this to being a battle for 4th and 5th. He's got the DRS. He's got the speed. Does he got the slingshot into the position? He's going to try it, but no. The door is just barely shut. Good defense there from MPJ.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Tazio is out of this race. And he has gone P12 and he's left the session. So obviously not the best of nights for him in that last race for Kick. So that's 2 retirements out. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. And yeah, Jackal in 3 seconds out in front, 2.9. And Hunter is trying to pull that gap in, and he is at the moment. And this is going to be very close on who's going to win this race due to that 3-second time penalty. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, Jackal is... I mean, we were talking about um, Liam earlier being in the hot seat in terms of the driver market. Right now, we have Jacko in the hot seat of this race. The gap may say 3.1 seconds, but now he's really only got about a 0.1 second gap because of that 3 second time penalty. And that Mercedes is on the hunt. The hunter doing the hunting here, trying to hunt down the wild Jacko, and he's within range now. So Hunter is within a shout of winning this race here. He's been pretty quick here tonight. And he's looking to put Mercedes back on the top step of the podium here in Div 6. So there's a very good chance of him getting this race win here. And it'll be a very well-earned victory here for Hunter if he can pull this off. The gap has now stretched back out, but at this state of ebb and flow, I think Hunter will do just enough to stay within that 3-second margin.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Striker making that pit stop is going to be very interesting. Is it going to be the closing stages? If anything happens, he will end up taking the lead. So we'll just look at the gap there. Well, no, he's 54 seconds back, so he won't take the lead at the moment, but he is going to be very, very quick on those mediums. But I'm starting to see here that Jackal is losing that time. It's now under 3 seconds, 2.7, and you can see Hunter can see Jackal in the distance there. Is he struggling on those hards? Is this going to be a 2-stop? Are these guys going to do a 1-stop? 25 laps out of 32 at the moment. Jackal with that 3-second. Hunter with no pens at the moment. Nishka 14 seconds. He just does not seem to have the pace here tonight. And Filthy Orange is 15 seconds behind him. H-Town, though, is looking to get into this party here and cause some problems. He's right behind Filthy Orange. We're going to jump on board with H-Town and see how we go. He's going for a move there. Not too much ERS though compared to Filthy Orange there. Just a little bit more. Now he's going to have to save coming into the hairpin. He is on better tyres than Filthy Orange. 5-lap better tyres than him at the moment. Going up the hill, going to go for the move there. Does he get it? No, he doesn't go for the move. He's got to be careful. He does not want to cause himself a DNF. P5 is better than not finishing the race at all. Filthy Orange has had a fantastic race, I've got to say. 26 laps out of 32, leading the way. Going to use the DRS. I think H-Town will wait for the DRS. Wait for the right moment before you make the move. Do not rush it, because you could end up putting yourself and the driver in front into a wall, which would not help McLaren and will definitely not help Mercedes. But here we go, coming around into the last couple of corners. You can see he has got so much more pace on those fresher tyres, ready to engage. A little bit slow on the exit, and Filthy is in the pit, so H-Town will take that P4 position. Good driving there from H-Town. If he would have made a bit of a different manoeuvre, we could be looking at a safety car, but that's not the case, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a safety car either in this stage of the race. There's not a lot of racing left to go here. I mean, yeah, like you said, there's pretty much about 6 laps to go, roughly. About 6.5, including the lap we are actively on. But yeah, I mean, H-Town, it has been very awesome to see how much the Houston native has improved over the weeks. I remember it was always kind of a running gag where he would, or more like a running trend, if you will, of him starting really good at races and ultimately just not able to fully capitalize on it. But tonight here at Imola, he's definitely capitalized here. And I think he's been doing a really good job. He is definitely helping to put McLaren on the top step of the constructors here in Div 6. And I mean, even from his Sauber days at the beginning of the season to now, I think H-Town has really grown a lot as a driver, and that's honestly one of the beauties of Div 6. You'll see a lot of drivers kind of coming to their own. They're kind of growing here. I mean, we can say the same about Nishka, too. He's also done some really good, fantastic work in this division since he joined Rush not too long ago. But yeah, we're seeing some pretty good moments here in Div 6. Wufa getting a 3-second time penalty is not one of those moments, but I mean, it's kind of par for the course here at Imola.
Yep, definitely. And we're seeing moves all over the place now. These guys are really starting to get closer. Liam Derenberg and Quicksilver Dick. There, we're going to see a move behind as well. Both V-Cabs going for the move. Liam goes around the outside. Doesn't get the move done. Yes, he does. Aston Martin goes all over the place there. He's got Striker right behind on those fresh tyres. This is a nice little battle from P7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, plenty of time still for a safety car. But Rekus, it's that time for driver of the day. We've seen a Ferrari go wide there. Panda, good spots where he can finish tonight. A lot of these guys on fresher tyres all the way down from P8 to P16. P1 though down to P8. Sorry, P1 down to P7, all on 14 laps as H-Town joins into the party with a 3-second time penalty. And that's really unfortunate. There's a lot going on there. As Aston and the Ferrari come together and they're going to go again. And it's all going on here. And there's another bit of a snap. We could see something going on into the chicane, taking it easy. The Ferrari gets through and the Aston stays behind. But look behind, it's a car park. Lap 28 out of 32. Keep an eye out on this battle. Rekus, we need to see the situation with driver of the day. Who is your thoughts tonight of driver of the day?
I honestly got to go with Panda here because Panda's been putting in some really good performances here. He's up 9 positions from where he was earlier and from kind of just languishing in the back where the Ferraris almost took each other out towards the beginning of the race. And now Quicksilver is up into the top 10. So I think he's got a pretty good shot at driver of the day here. That's my pick. But there's so many strong contenders on this field. Yellows in Sector 1. That will be the Aston Martin of Wufu going a bit deep through Tamburello. But ultimately, I mean, in this battle here, I mean, there's been some beautiful moments. Quicksilver's done impeccably in that Ferrari considering where we started, but he's going to be under a lot of pressure from Striker here. So Striker is going to go ahead and try to close in the gap. This really is not a part of the track to try and overtake on, but I mean, that didn't stop these guys earlier on tonight, so we will see if we're going to see a daring overtake into the Christini chicane. He's going to try it, but that door is slammed shut. And the Ferrari will keep that position for now, but it is going to be pedal to the metal, and you'll barely even be able to fit a soda can between these cars. As Striker gets on through, he's up in the 8th. What a good overtake there from the V car, but yeah, I mean, with 3 laps to go, this race is really starting to break down here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking 20. Yeah, like you say, 29 laps out of 32. Striker into that P8 position. You've given it to Panda, who's down there in P12, and he's right behind all of this. And so is his teammate that's in the mix of it as well on those very old tyres. As we see here, this is a tough one for me because there's been so much going on. Obviously at the front there as well. Filthy Orange up into P9. Who do I give it to? This is a tough one. This is a real tough one. I'm going to give it to Filthy Orange tonight. I think his racing has been fantastic in that Mercedes. So yeah, I'm going to give it to him. And we've got 3 minutes. There we go. So there we go. 2 driver of the days. Very different driver of the days. There's my vote. Have you done yours?
I have just done mine now, yeah.
There we go. So there's your driver of the day. And it looks like we aren't going to see a safety car because that is done. Only 390 points for a track. Well, you're about to find out, Lockie, because unfortunately we aren't going to see a safety car. So the answer is none. Oh, hang on. No, there won't be a safety car. 2 laps to go. So the answer is none. No safety car in this race. So congratulations, whoever decided to make that decision. As we see a little bit of drama at the back there, Albashek down in P16. We're going to go further back up. Panda in P12. With that Driver of the Day nomination. Fifthly Orange up into P9, my Driver of the Day nomination. Let's go further at the top though, because it's looking like Jackal is going to lose the win at Imola due to that 3 seconds. Hunter is 1.1 seconds away from that man in P1, and that penalty has really hurt him. And Hunter, if Jackal's not careful, Hunter could win this on track, Rekus.
I think that actually might be a pretty likely outcome here in this race here, SJ, because I mean Hunter's been rapid through these laps here, especially in the closing stages of the race, and it just seems like in general on the hard tire stint, he is just performing so well on this tire. I mean, he's built up about a 23-second gap to P3 Nishka, so as they're about to begin the final lap, crucially, Hunter needs to be within DRS range, because if he's not within DRS range, I don't think he can get this. Oh, he's going to be there. He's going to be within it. He hit that detection point, and he's going to have DRS this time around. Coming through Ravazza for the penultimate time now. It is going to be the final lap of the race here. DRS going the way of Hunter. He's going to make the run. He is on the hunt now. Chasing, and leaving enough still on the table, but on this final lap here, it is all going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, it is, and he doesn't need to make any mistakes. He has got this race in the bag. Just keep it easy, just keep it cool, calm, collected. 32 laps out of 32. This is it. It's Hunter versus Jackal. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be Hunter that's going to take the win here, but anything can happen. Is he going to take it on track? We're going a little bit further back down. We've got no really battles going on there. Quicksilver Deck gets himself into a pen down there in P12. A nice little battle there between Drusilla and those guys as well. We've still got that battle. Filthy Orange, 9.5 tenths behind Striker. I'm just going to jump on board that very, very quickly. Is he getting closer to Striker? Is he going to be able to get the move done as he's coming around into the final corner as well? As Filthy Orange has got the DRS to Striker. So we're going to keep on board with that as well. But we've got Hunter and Jackal going at it. We've got a tie between Panda and Filthy Orange at the moment. So looks like we're going to have to make a decision so far. We'll have to wait and see after this race. But here we go. Jackal comes around to the final corner. Unfortunately, is not going to take the win. He's going to win it on track, but he is not going to take the win. Hunter will take P1. Jackal will take P2. Nishka will take P3. And there's a big, big difference between Jackal and Nishka tonight. 25-second gap. Massive gap there. And yeah, a very, very interesting race to say the least.
Indeed, yeah, this race actually went by really quick. So, I mean, it just shows you how fast and furious the action was here in Imola tonight, as H-Town's going to go ahead and get, I think, what it might be his best result of the season here in Imola. He's going to come home in a P4. He's got a penalty, but he's got a good enough of a gap to Uncle Morty to kind of make that penalty all for nothing here, as now we see, Panda getting a 10-second pen for corner cutting.
It's got to go to Dirty Orange, I think.
Oh, into the wall right at the end.
Oh, no.
Goes Uncle Morty. MPJ getting that pass there at the end, but through, whoa. Oh, we haven't had to pile up there as these cars do come across the line. Massive pile up there right at the end. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty entertaining Imola race, I must say.
Definitely. And you agreed with Filthy Orange for driver of the day? As it's a tie? Are you agree with that? Due to obviously Panda's penalty? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can. Actually, I have my vote on Quicksilver, I believe.
No, you said Panda.
Yeah, I can.
You said Panda.
Pretty sure it said Quicksilver, but yeah, we'll go with Filthy Orange for driver of the day.
Okay, awesome. Alright, there we go. So that is it. We'll just get these guys into the comms box. There we go. And yeah, a very interesting night to say the least there. Very well done to the guys. MPJ right to the line as well. So yeah, we are going to go through the results. Oh, there we go. Cleanest driver is Hunter as well. So we've got driver of the day, which is congrats, Filthy Orange. We'll just pen that, and then we've got cleanest driver as well, which I'll pen that as well. Driver. So double for Mercedes tonight. So well done to them. Okay, right. So on that note, we've got Hunter taking the fastest lap. So Massive points for Hunter tonight. 27 points tonight. That's insane. 25. Fastest lap, 26. And the cleanest driver, 27. Well, massive points there. Jackal taking P2, getting up 3 seconds earlier on. It did cost him the win. Nishka, P3. A big gap between him and Jackal. Just obviously may have struggled tonight. We'll have to wait and see. We are H-Town there in P4, MPJ P5, Uncle Morty, then Striker, Filthy Orange, Point Hell, Liam, Darrenberg, Drusilla, Woofer, Quicksilver, Dissect, Panda, Crowjag, Abhishek, Tazio, and DY are your only 2 DNFs, and really unfortunate there. And we have another track selection, which I will jump on board with. But first of all, Rekus, give me your summary of that race.
It was a very interesting race here. I mean, the front two definitely just had so much pace, and they just shot off into the distance. Once this race truly got going, it was kind of a slow burner at some points. It started off really chaotic and then mellowed out quite a bit up until the end. But, I mean, it was a very good run. I'm sure everybody is going to be proud of that one. It was a very good performance here for a majority of the field here in Div 6. And it just shows why Div 6 is arguably one of the most enjoyable divisions to watch here in Rush Racing.
Yep, definitely. And yeah, we are going to have to wait and see what happens going into Cota. First of all, I'll let you take the interview with in P3. I don't know if we're going to get Driver of the Day in. I'm just double checking. Is Dirty Orange going to join us? If not, then we will go straight to P3, which I'll let you take it away first. But on that note, before you do that, track selection. The next track has been selected. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. And yeah, well, it is. We're going to Singapore by Lamb. So congratulations on that, Lamb. Thank you very much. And on that note, I'll let you take it away with Williams. So over to you for Nishka.
All right, so Nishka, congratulations on that podium. Some rumors circulating that it might have been your final race here. Would you care to elaborate for us, or is it something that you can't talk about just yet?
I think I could probably talk about it now. Now the race is done. I think it's probably going to get announced a bit later. Yeah, I'm going to be. I'm moving up to Division 5 to fill the empty seat at the Williams team at the moment. Unfortunate circumstances with Deadly not being able to keep on racing. Yeah, I hope everything's all good with him. And yeah, I just thought it's probably the right thing to do for our team to go up alongside. Like obviously Dito made the call as well. So yeah, we think it was just the right time. Go up to Division 5 and give it a crack.
Yeah, we will wish you the best of luck in Div 5. It's going to be stiffer competition, but I mean, you had some pretty good pace in Abu Dhabi when you reserved up to Div 5, so I have no doubt in your pace there. But talking about Imola, just how was the track for you here today?
To be fair, it's probably something. I probably made a bit of a mistake myself. I changed my setup completely from what I had planned from earlier in the season when we were going to race it. It was good in quali, but as I found out as the race went on, it was diabolical. I couldn't keep the grip, and I was struggling quite early in the race, as you've probably seen. But take nothing away from the first two guys there, man. They were super quick. I don't even think it would have mattered anyway. They drove a fantastic race. So yeah, I had a bit of a struggle town today, but yeah, P3. I'm still happy with that, and yeah, thanks for my engineer as well, Dito. Another great job, mate.
All right, last question before I hand you over to SJ. It is Circuit of the Americas next time out. It'll be your first race being an official roster member of Div 5. How comfortable are you feeling going into the Circuit of the Americas?
To be honest, I wasn't that comfortable because I hadn't driven the track too much. But yeah, we've been putting in a fair bit of practice at Cota with some of the other Williams guys, and started acclimatizing to it. There's some rough times of some other guys that are sort of in the division. So while I'm not right up on the pace in that division, I still think I'm going to be competitive there. So I'm looking forward to it, and I really like the tracks. So yeah, should be fun.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations to your final podium in Div 6. Best of luck in Div 5 when you head to the Circuit of the Americas, and I'll pass you over to SJ.
Thanks, Rickers.
Cheers, Rickers. Yeah, Nishka, obviously good quality. And yeah, I've got to say it was a good quality. But the race just didn't seem to have the pace when it got into the race a little bit. Probably, I don't know if it's one of your favourite tracks. Jackal obviously got that 3-second at the end, and you had Hunter that made the move. Did you make a mistake, or did he just show serious pace tonight at Imola?
No, when he got past me, I was messing around with my diff. My diff was for some reason on 10. I don't know what was going on, and then yeah, took me a little bit to get back in my rhythm, but he was too fast anyway, man. I wasn't going to catch him. I think with the setup, like I said, Wreckers, I don't think it worked for me. I probably don't think it makes a difference anyway. Those guys in front, they were too quick. But yeah, would have been nicer to drive a car that felt nice to drive.
Yeah. How did you find it though? There was obviously a lot of drama, and obviously turn one. Obviously the driver behind you, Liam Derenberg, missed the complete corner. Could have been a very, very bad accident. But how did you find the drive at Imola after obviously the rerun and a bit of a break for racing?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like I actually didn't catch that what happened there. I didn't even know that happened until you're telling me now. So, yeah, I don't know. The race was okay. I thought something must have happened because there was a bit of a gap that did open up, and then sort of Hunter started closing that gap up. But I didn't know sort of why there was a gap so sudden. But yeah, I don't know. The race was fun. I think the guys done a fantastic job. Like the qualifying was fun and that. But for me, the actual race, driving the car, the way I set the car up, it was a battle. I was battling the car the whole race. So, yeah, probably a bit of a blunder on my behalf. But yeah, I think the guys who won, fantastic job.
Yeah, it did look like a massive gap tonight. Probably one of the biggest gaps we've seen for a while. But still, a podium, points on the cards as well. So great job there. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing what you can do in Division 5 now, going up from next week at Cota. So all the best. And well, once again, well done.
Yeah, thanks very much, Esto. Cheers.
No worries. All right, just a quick note. We do have driver of the day. We won't ask him too many questions, but track selection. The next one is in. And thank you very much to Lockie. We are going to Bahrain. So thank you very much to Lockie. And yeah, over to you, Rekus, for Filthy Orange. Last time in the Mercedes of driver of the day.
All right, Filthy. Well, once again, congratulations on driver of the day. It's got to be such a surreal feeling that this is your last race with Mercedes and you put in a pretty strong performance here today and you got yourself driver of the day. What are you feeling right now?
Pretty happy, mate. Good drive. One of my better tracks, I guess. Only got my favourite tracks left this season, so look to challenge some of these guys at the top.
All right. Well, I mean, you definitely had some fun here tonight. I'll only ask you about 2 more questions, and then we'll go ahead and let you head over to SJ. But you said that it's pretty much all your favorite tracks coming up here. So does that mean we're going to see some good performances from you at the Circuit of the Americas, the final sprint weekend of the season?
Yeah, 100%. Raced there last weekend and against guys a lot faster than I am and put on a good performance. So we'll replicate the air rush next weekend.
All right, last question is there anyone you'd like to thank or shout out before or after tonight's race?
No, shout out to with my teeth for welcoming me back next week at Kick.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on driving the day, and I'm going to pass you over to SJ.
Thanks, Rekus. Dorian, yeah, Orange. Obviously, it was a bit of a time drive of the day, but yeah, you got my vote for drive of the day. That was a pretty, very good performance, I've got to say. You got onto the tyres. What did the tyres not feel good that you needed to make that last stop, or was that part of the strategy?
No, I had the wrong diff setting early on, so those medium tyres that I first went on just went off way too quickly. So should have been a couple of clicks higher. Didn't realise that until about lap 8, and I was just starting to lose a bit of time. So I thought we'll switch it up and race a bit more aggressive on the fresh tyres. Okay,
nicely done. And obviously, the biggest news is that you've traded. You've gone from Mercedes to Kick. Any conversation about that? What? How come? Good move. Happy? Like last time racing the Mercedes tonight.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, back to Kick. I was Kick last season, so stoked to go home again. The seat never really fitted at Mercedes anyway, so.
Wow, bit of drama. Thanks for that, Orange. Well, congratulations on drive of the day. Nice bit of a kickback there. I like that. And obviously, a bit of drama there in the Mercedes garage. But no, well done on drive of the day. Still a fantastic race, and look forward to seeing what you can do in Cota.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
No worries, bro. All right, Rekus, I'll head you over to the man that we thought was going to win this race, but unfortunately that 3 seconds is bite him on the ass. And he finishes in P2. Rekus, over to you for Jackal.
All right, Jackal. I mean, you had serious pace all day today. You had the fastest lap of qualifying, and you practically led every single lap of the race here. And then the penalty. Just talk to us. Where did you get that penalty? And do you think there was a potential to try to extend that gap towards the end of the race? And just walk us through your race here today.
So the penalty came because I was on old mediums and we were doing the one stop. It was the same corner every time. I just kept sliding over the line. And there was a 3 second gap. And then Hunter just took the Nutella out of the tin, and he really shot for me. And I was like, oh, it's Hunter. I don't really care if he wins, so I just sort of kept my tyres until the end and let him have it.
After a very impressive performance from both you and your teammate, and I believe this is H-Town's best result of the season in McLaren, you guys are now officially. You guys were tied for the lead of the Constructors' Championship coming into this race with Red Bull, and now you guys are now well clear of them after tonight. So how does it feel ending off this week on top of the Constructor standings without there being a tie?
Well, I think that if this race had gone ahead before, we'd already be in this position. I think they just basically delayed the inevitable. But yeah, we all knew it was happening, so.
All right, last question before I pass you over to SJ. It is Circuit of the Americas next time out. Final special weekend of the season. Final sprint weekend of the season. How are you feeling heading to Texas?
Not happy that it's a sprint. I'm kind of sick of the sprints. But yeah, Cota's. I don't know. I don't do well in long flowing tracks. I do well sort of more boxed in tracks. So we'll see how we go. And I'll just have to put the practice in.
All right, well, once again, congratulations on your very strong drive today. P1 on track after penalties. It did drop down to P2, but ultimately still a very good weekend for both you and McLaren, and I will pass you over to SJ.
Yeah, Jackal, fantastic race. I think you're probably a little bit frustrated about the 3 second. Did you have more than one warning in this track tonight?
Yeah, I had right after I got the 3 second, I got another warning, and I was just saying like, oh, I really probably should chill out for a bit. I'm not disappointed or anything. The main goal of McLaren was just to outscore Ferrari and Aston, which is exactly what we did. So H-Town did a really good job. We had really good engineers, and we're just playing the team game, just trying to get ahead of the people in the constructors.
Yeah, well, yeah, that seems to be the main focus at the moment now. That we're seeing, obviously, things are changing. Ferrari have dropped down into second. Obviously, you guys are putting on the pressure as well. Is it just points now, or are you still looking for that championship? You've got obviously a few drivers, and they've got a massive opportunity of winning a championship yourself, and also F7. Is that still on the cards, or are you still just focusing on trying to get the overalls at the moment? Because you have obviously moved yourself up, and obviously this is big points for McLaren tonight.
Yeah, we would have loved to clean sweep every division. Unfortunately, nobody's perfect, so we'll take as many trophies as we can get at this point.
Awesome. Well, fantastic on the result, and look forward to seeing what you can do next week in Cota.
Thanks, boys.
Before we go to Hunter, this is just madness. We've just track selection galore. Obviously, I'm just going to give you a bit of a heads up on what's coming through because there's so many coming through and the points have dropped massively now. So this will probably get done very, very quickly. We've got Singapore with Lamb, Bahrain with Lockie, Miami by yourself, Wreckers, China by Ricardo, Guitar by Cinephonic, and we're now just coming up with another one. Sick Party's coming in with Zandvoort. So these track selections are flying through, and another one there, which is really good to see. So we're going to be at 10,000 by the end of the stream. So we may even get the whole calendar done by tonight, but we'll have to wait and see. On that note, Rekus, I'll let you take it away with the winner of tonight, Hunter. There's 2 on the bounce, so well done to him. And over to you, Rekus, for Hunter.
All right, Hunter. I mean, you were giving chase to Jackal there right at the end of the race. You were definitely following your namesake of being a hunter there. How was your race here tonight from your perspective? Because, I mean, especially in that second stint, you looked like you were just on fire.
Back, baby. Let's go. Oh, man. What a race. Holy heck. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel very confident. I heard earlier on in the day what some drivers were doing, and I was like, I am way off the pace. I was lucky that I got a 15-1. I think in qualifying I invalidated 3 times, and I just went round and went again. And yeah, the race was good. I knew it was gonna be pretty much us 5, that would just run. And I'd say I got very lucky that Liam missed his braking point and went on the gravel, and I jumped him. And then I saw Nishka have problems. I thought he might have wheel spun or something coming down there, and I just managed to jump in front of him. And as soon as he got out my DRS, I went, well, see you later. And yeah, it was just a hunt to hunt Jackal down. I saw that he got the 3 second. I was like, oh my god, I just need to put my head down and lock in. And yeah, I managed to get very, very close. And yeah, jumped him. So I'm stoked.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, pretty much after that first round of pit stops, you and Jackal pretty much just checked out and just shot off into distance. You guys were pretty much already at the Circuit of the Americas by the time everybody else wrapped up. But speaking of the Circuit of the Americas, what's your confidence level heading to Austin, Texas?
I love that track. I've raced it 3 times this season, and I've been top 5 every time. So hopefully I can bring that to Rush as well, and hopefully put on another really big display, and maybe I can do a 3-peat. You never know. Hopefully I can get lucky, but I do really like that track. So it's looking good.
Hunting down the 3-peat. All right, we'd love to hear it. Last question before I hand you over to SJ. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out after tonight's Grand Prix?
The Mercedes team for backing me all the way. So I like the Mercedes team, man. It's a vibe. So I'm very happy there, and yeah, things are looking good. So apart from everything else that's going on behind the scenes that I don't know anything about because I wasn't racing when all that stuff went down. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying Merc. But yeah, I didn't have any engineers tonight. I sat in a VC with Liam, and I just went. I just need to lock in. So that's what I did, and yeah, it paid off.
Indeed, it did. Well, once again, congratulations on the win here tonight, and I'll pass you over to SJ.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marcus. Hunter, obviously 2 on the bounce, mate. Obviously, very, very good result in Abu Dhabi, 100% race. Obviously, due to the red flag, pushed down to 29 laps. 32 laps around a track, which some people love it, some people hate it. Track limits can be the key. When you found out that Jackal had that 3 seconds, was it just basically just put your head down, as we say, head down, ass up, concentrate and try and get the only 3 seconds? Was it pretty difficult? Did you have any warnings in the closing stages at the end of that race?
Have any warnings at all? No warnings whatsoever.
Good man.
I did see Jackal go wide a few times in the earlier laps, and then when he got that 3 second, I was just like, oh my god, I need to just catch him. And those hards on that second stint felt unreal. So I started managing my ERS and just burning it all down the straight and pretty much saving the rest of the track. And then I was creeping closer and closer and closer. So I reckon he's just playing it off when he said that he was slowing down to let me catch up. Bullshit. But I almost. Yeah, my apologies.
Hey, you're good.
I did nearly get him on the second to last lap. I almost got side by side with him down the back of the DRS straight, and I just pulled out of it. I said it's not worth trying to get P1. I'll just sit behind him and just ride it out. So I got close, but not close enough to get the on-track win. But hey, a win's a win, right?
Yeah, it was very close. We were looking at that. We were actually looking to see if you were going to get the win on track as well. But no, big confidence. We obviously said a bit of a mixed vibes there. We spoke to obviously a driver that is just about to leave the team after obviously this race and is all finalised, saying a little bit of drama there. And then we've got another driver saying that everything's going well. So going into Cota, are you feeling confident? Are you feeling confident for the remainder of the season? Obviously, I don't know if you've started late to the season, but still some fantastic results. How are you feeling with these tracks left for the remainder of the season? 5 to go.
Honestly, I don't even know what comes up until I get told. So I'm actually not sure. I don't know what's coming up after Cota at all. I'm clueless.
Austria.
So, but Cota, I really like that track. So, I do feel confident there, and we can just see what happens. I'll just get the setup right. I've got a new bunch of setups, so shout out to Fat Cat. I'm using his setups at the moment, and they're obviously paying off big time. Awesome. So yeah, big ups to Fat Cat.
Yeah, awesome. Well, honestly, once again, great work, mate. Fantastic win, and look forward to seeing what you can do in Cota. And unfortunately, I won't be there, so good luck for the next 3 weeks of racing.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, Rekus, that is it. It's been a very busy night. We've had a fantastic race. Only 2 DNFs, but the rerun of Imola was interesting. Some big gaps, but then also some great battles in that P5 down to P9. And also, we've got everyone go hell for leather on track selection. 5 tracks remaining, all at 5,000 now. Will not be changed. We'll all stay at 5,000. So if you've got 5,000 points, feel free to jump on and select your track. But Rekus, anything to say from yourself?
I'm just seeing a lot of the tracks that have been picked for next season, and I think next season is already shaping up to be a pretty solid banger in terms of the tracks selected. We got some pretty good ones on there. I mean, Baku is always a good one. Singapore is always pure cinema here at Rush, so I'm looking forward to a lot of the tracks. Obviously, I'm looking forward to my home track of Miami. Hopefully that one doesn't get bugged out of the calendar like it did this time around. But overall, in terms of the Imola race, it was a lot of fun. Very good action, very good battles here, and just a little bit of drama. But then again, Div 6 has been pretty clean for the most part, and I think we got another Div 6 masterclass here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a really, really good rerun. Obviously, some big points. Obviously, this will be done very, very quickly with standings and reports and bits and pieces. So hopefully we can get this done as soon as possible. Then we'll obviously have a new graphic for the overalls as well, which will be very interesting to see. But yeah, no, a fantastic night of racing, and we've got obviously a few things up our sleeves in the next few weeks. Remember, there are 5 tracks left of track selection that could all be voted on our silly season stream, which is on Thursday night. You do not want to miss it. One more day to go of silly season part 2. We will be talking to the Alpine team principal for a special podcast night tomorrow, so you'll be joining in for that for Thursday. That we'll be able to tune into the recap from Abu Dhabi, which will go live straight after this stream. You will see a lot more of Rekus. He will be covering me while I am away. So, Rekus, is great for you to jump in and support and help. I really appreciate that. But yeah, up next is Cota. And if it's anything like the real Formula One that we saw in the sprint weekend, which no one ever thought that was going to happen, then I think we're gonna be up for a great race, and track limits is going to be the key there, Rickers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Your thoughts?
Likewise, and I mean, especially in Div 6, hopefully the McLarens won't repeat what their IRL counterparts did and get both deleted going into turn 1 on the sprint, especially after the strong night they've had here at Imola. But yeah, I mean, I love Cota. It's the best of the American tracks, in my personal opinion. It's got pretty much everything you could ever want on a track, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's a sprint weekend, so, I mean, you get pretty much, it's basically a buy one, get one free, essentially, for races. And that actually leads to a total of 12 races across the entire OCE, counting the sprint and the Grand Prix. So if you like Cota, then there's certainly no shortage of Cota coming up.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in. As always, we will see you on Thursday night for the silly season stream. More will be following in the Discord, 7:30 p.m. AEDT. Don't forget, season 10 signups are open. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are going to be coming out. We've got the TP managers meeting later on tonight. We'll then have an announcement for the recruitment of team principals for season 10. And then in the next few days, we will then have the recruitment announcement. So announcements are going to be going out left, right, and centre. It is coming to the closing stages of season number 9, and we are gearing up for season 10. Track selection, 5,000 points. If you don't have 5,000 points, I have no idea what you've been doing for nearly 12 weeks of racing. Thank you very much to all of our sponsors, AI369, Pagny and SimLab, and our affiliate this season, SRC. And if you need the setups for Cota or any other tracks for the remaining, then feel free to jump on board the comments and use the discount code. And the same with Pagnin as well. If you're needing any new gear going up or gearing up for the remainder of the season, then feel free to get amongst it. Rekus, it was a privilege as always to jump in the comms. Thank you very much.
Of course, it was good to get back into the booth with you for the first time since the eval races. The good old duo from season 8 back at it again.
Definitely. And you'll be hearing a lot more of Rekus in the NA and also throughout the next 3 weeks of racing. So tune in and get amongst it. And as I always do, I'll leave you a quote as I go. One driver says Mercedes having problems. The other driver saying it's absolutely cushy. And that man's Hunter. And he's 2 on the bounce. Will it be 3 or 4 for Cota? We'll find out in Cota. Good night.